In the modern digital era, few individuals have left as profound a mark and radically transformed the way humanity communicates, shares information, and connects as Mark Zuckerberg. From a small project in a college dorm room, the young man built a massive technology empire named Facebook, now Meta, connecting billions of people globally. Mark Zuckerberg's life is a complex story, intertwining programming genius, keen strategic vision, bold business decisions, and fierce controversies over privacy and social impact. Mark Elliott Mark Zuckerberg was born on May 14, 1984, in White Plains, New York, USA, into an intellectual Jewish-American family. His father, Edward Zuckerberg, was a dentist with a clinic attached to their home, and his mother, Karen Kempner, was a psychiatrist. From a very young age, Mark showed a special interest in computers and technology. Recognizing his son's passion, Edward taught Mark Atari basic programming in the 1990s. Shortly after, he even hired a software developer named David Newman as a private tutor to foster the boy's talent. Newman later exclaimed that keeping up with Mark's learning pace was a real challenge because the boy was a natural prodigy. Upon entering high school, Mark attended the prestigious Phillips Exeter Academy in New Hampshire, USA. Here, he not only excelled in science and math, but also showed a talent for classical literature, winning prizes in astronomy, mathematics, and physics. In the fall of 2002, Mark Zuckerberg enrolled at Harvard University, one of the world's most prestigious schools. He chose to major in psychology and computer science, a unique combination that clearly reflected Mark's mindset, understanding human behavior and using computers to connect them. From his early days at Harvard, Mark was known as a programming prodigy, writing entertainment programs and utilities for his fellow students. On February 4, 2004, from his Kirkland House dorm room, Mark Zuckerberg, along with his friends Eduardo Saverin, Andrew McCullum, Dustin Moskovitz, and Chris Hughes, officially launched the website The Facebook. Initially, The Facebook was exclusively for Harvard students. Within the first 24 hours, about 1,200 students had registered. After a month, more than half of the undergraduate students at Harvard had an account. This explosive success also brought years of legal trouble. The Winklevoss twins and Divya Narendra sued Mark, accusing him of stealing their idea to create a competing product. The lawsuit was later settled out of court for $65 million, a massive sum but incredibly small compared to the subsequent value of Facebook. As the Facebook began to spread to other Ivy League universities like Columbia, Stanford, Dartmouth, Cornell, Penn, Brown, and Yale, Mark realized the massive potential of the project. In the summer of 2004, at the age of 20, he made a life-changing decision. He dropped out of Harvard and moved with his friends to Palo Alto, California, the heart of Silicon Valley, to pour all his effort into developing the company. There, they rented a small house to serve as both an office and a residence. This was also when Mark met Sean Parker, the co-founder of Napster. Parker became an important mentor and the company's first president. Around this time, Facebook received its first angel investment of $500,000 from Peter Thiel, co-founder of PayPal. This funding helped Facebook sustain its operations and scale up. From a closed network for college students, Facebook expanded to high school students in September 2005, and by September 2006, the social network officially opened to anyone over 13 with a valid email address. Under Mark Zuckerberg's steering, Facebook experienced exponential growth, unprecedented in human history. He applied his famous management philosophy, in move fast and break things. This philosophy encouraged innovation, risk-taking, and launching new features quickly, even if they were not yet perfect. 2006 marked a major milestone with the launch of the news feed. Initially, this feature faced fierce backlash from users who felt their privacy was violated as all their activities were displayed. However, Mark remained steadfast in keeping it, and time proved him right. The newsfeed became the heart of Facebook, turning it into an addictive news and content consumption platform that kept users engaged for hours every day. 2012 marked a historic event in the global financial industry when Facebook conducted its initial public offering, IPO, raising $16 billion, making it the largest tech IPO in history at that time. Mark's personal wealth skyrocketed, placing him on the list of the wealthiest people on the planet at just 28 years old. The successful transition from a desktop platform to mobile devices under Mark's direction was a key factor that helped Facebook maintain its dominance during the smartphone boom. Not stopping at just a core platform, Mark Zuckerberg proved himself to be a sharp strategist with far-reaching vision through a series of historic acquisitions. Instagram, when the photo-sharing app had only 13 employees and generated no revenue, Mark shocked Silicon Valley by acquiring it for $1 billion. Once criticized as crazy, it is now considered one of the most successful acquisitions in tech history. Instagram is currently Meta's cash cow. WhatsApp, recognizing the power of global OTT messaging apps, Mark spent a whopping $19 billion to acquire WhatsApp, helping Facebook dominate the messaging market in developing countries and Europe. Through acquisitions and development, including cloning competitors' successful features, like Snapchat's Stories, Mark built an app ecosystem used by over 3 billion people monthly. However, as they grew larger, Facebook and Mark personally faced countless turbulent waves. The company has repeatedly been criticized for its handling of user data, the spread of fake news, political manipulation, and its negative impact on the mental health of teenagers. The peak of this crisis was the Cambridge Analytica scandal that erupted in 2018. The detailed information of over 87 million Facebook users was illegally harvested by this political consulting firm to target ads during the 2016 U.S. presidential election campaign. This event sparked a global wave of outrage, leading to the #DeleteFacebook campaign. Facing immense pressure from public opinion, lawmakers, and a decline in trust, in October 2021, Mark Zuckerberg made the boldest move of his career, renaming the parent company from Facebook to Meta Platforms. This name change was not only an attempt to escape the scandalous shadow of the Facebook social network, but also reflected Mark's macro vision for the future of the Internet. Mark believes that smartphones will soon be replaced by virtual reality and augmented reality glasses, where people won't just surf the web, but live inside it, communicating, working, and entertaining themselves as 3D avatars. To realize this sci-fi vision, Mark has poured tens of billions of dollars annually into Reality Labs, Meta's Metaverse development division. Despite facing skepticism from investors due to billions in losses and short-term stock drops, Mark remains stubbornly steadfast. He believes this is a long-term game, and the pioneer will hold the operating system of the future. Despite holding massive wealth and overarching power in cyberspace, Mark Zuckerberg's personal life is quite simple compared to many other billionaires. His signature look is a gray t-shirt, jeans, and sneakers. A choice, he explains, is to reduce the number of decisions to make every day in order to focus energy on serving the community. He married Priscilla Chan, a pediatrician and his girlfriend from his Harvard days, in 2012. The wedding took place simply right in their backyard. They have 3 daughters together, Maxima, Max, August, and Aurelia. The birth of baby Max in 2015 marked a new chapter in Mark's life, becoming a philanthropist. In an open letter to their newborn daughter, Mark and Priscilla pledged to donate 99% of their Facebook shares, worth about $45 billion at the time, to establish the Zuckerberg Initiative, CZI. CZI's mission focuses on curing disease, improving education through personalized learning, and promoting equality. Their most ambitious goal is to support science to cure, prevent, or manage all diseases in our children's lifetime. Outside of work, in recent years, Mark has also drawn attention for dedicating time to new hobbies, such as practicing mixed martial arts, MMA, hydrofoil surfing, and building a massive compound complete with a bunker in Hawaii. To date, at the age of 40, Mark Zuckerberg's life and career are still being written. He is one of the most complex and controversial figures of the 21st century. To some, he's a visionary genius who broke down all geographic borders to connect billions of people. To others, he represents unchecked power, a monopolistic capitalist holding too much information and influence over global democracy. Whether loved or hated, no one can deny the eternal mark that the former Harvard dropout has carved into human history. Mark Zuckerberg's story is the clearest testament to the power of technology, its ability to change the world in both the most miraculous and terrifying ways. And as Meta continues to advance into the era of artificial intelligence and the metaverse, Mark Zuckerberg will undoubtedly continue to be the helmsman shaping our future for decades to come.